Hi, my name is Ash, and this is my final project for CSC299. I'll be walking through my development process, my use of AI coding assistants, and the software that I built throughout the quarter. All of the work is in my public GitHub repository, which I will show throughout this video. It is right here. So this is the GitHub repo named CSC299 Project. Everything's organized through the tasks. I have my summary here, the video text, and then the maze games were just the messing around with it that you had us do at the very beginning of the quarter, like just testing. All right. For task 1, I built the first command line task manager. This stores tasks in a JSON file. And can add tasks, list tasks, and search them. This was my first introduction to structuring code. I used ChatGPT mostly for planning and asking questions like how to design a CLI and how JSON loading and saving works. I know these are things we talked about in class. I'm just a very forgetful person, so I basically was using AI through the whole project, asking it to, remind me of things. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to task 2. Improved PKMs and task manager. Task 2 was just the next iteration. I did improve the JSON format from what I originally had in tasks 1, reorganized the code a little bit, we added better error handling, and expanded the functionality. So this is what the new... I know that we... compared to the original main, there was a lot more that we added. In terms of searching and things like that. Anyways, this involved more back and forth with AI coding tools, especially for debugging and thinking through the data structure decisions. But moving on to tasks 3, packaging and tests, I learned how to use UV and creating Python package. This gave me a modern project structure with an SRC folder and a test suite. So this is what we have in our SRC folder. And we've got our app and tasks here. I added PyTests, including the example ink, which, let me pull those up. And yeah, running UV run PyTests shows all of the tests passing. And yeah, so tasks 3 taught me how testing improves reliability and confidence when refactoring code. All right, and tasks 4, AI integration with OpenAI API. So this was a standalone experiment with the OpenAI chat completions API. This was yeah, a little bit longer of a project. I wrote code that sends full paragraph-length task descriptions to an AI model and returns short summaries. So in the init UI, I added a loop so the program summarizes multiple paragraphs. This helped me understand how to safely handle API keys and structuring API calls and incorporating AI into my own software. Cool. Yeah. But, all right. I just want to make sure, like, I'm showing everything. I don't know, necessarily. But, yeah. Anyways, not that you need to see the UV log. Tasks 5. Spec Kit Final Manager. All right, so for tasks 5, I installed GitHub's Spec Kit and generated a new task manager following the lecture. This was created in a separate repository, which, you know, if you need to see it, it is there. Copied it into the tasks 5 directory. So we've got GitHub, prompts, okay, don't need to be, specify VS Code with the JSON file, and our README. Spec Kit generated a fully structured task manager project based on the specifications. This emphasized the idea of a specification-driven development, so letting clear written requirements drive the code. This one had me work a lot more with AI than I had in any of the other ones. Yeah. Oops. All right. AI usage and development process. So in the summary, I explained my entire development process. Through the project, I used multiple modes of AI assistance. Like I said, I was doing direct conversation with ChatGPT the whole time for planning and debugging and design, generating tests, things like that, using the OpenAI API itself. I also noted in the summary what ended up working well, like debugging with AI and converting vague ideas into structured code, and what didn't, like issues with Node.js and my PowerShell and my environment setup and things like that. But to conclude, I followed the full project timeline, built multiple versions of the task manager, experimented with AI agents, created working tests, used modern packaging tools, experimented with OpenAI API, and finally created a spec-driven version in tasks 5. Thank you for watching.